For heat number one, Mike Greenfield, last week's feature winner, number 17. He'll start inside row number one. Outside him, the 111 J. That is A.J. St. Mary. The 3D of Kevin Duffy sits inside row number two. Outside him, the number 25 is Tyler Collette. Scott Duffy's number 14D will sit inside row number three. Outside him will be Jared Gilson in the number 22J. And rounding out the field, glad to see he's back in action. That is Justin Burns, driver of the 11J machine. Justin Burns had some issues with the mechanics on that car a couple of weeks ago. Had to do a lot of scrambling. Didn't know if he was going to make it out this year to race at all, but got a little bit of help, and here he is out on the speedway. We get ready to fire these guys to life over in the turn number 3 and 4. Mike LeClaire up to the traffic control tower here on the front stretch, ready to turn the ponies loose for our first qualifying heat of the evening. Can-Am Speedway, here we go racing! Mike Greenfield going to jump up from that front row starting position to the inside. Looks to be your early leader off turn to number 2. Down the backstretch he will go. A.J. St. Mary steps out of line. The 111J chases him into the north end of the racetrack to complete lap number 1. They'll work off turn number 4. It'll be Kevin Duffy following them. He'll round on the top 3. They come racing down the right. It'll be 11J and Justin Burns to the inside. Outside the 22J of Jared Gilson. Gilson will chase that battle down into turn number 1 and 2. Gilson rounding out the top 5 cars. As they go off turn number 2, down the backstretch, they will head. They'll go into turn number 3 and 4 this time. Collette trying to close in on that battle. Your leader, Mike Greenfield, down the front stretch, trying to stretch out that lead in front off the field. And he'll go down to turn number 1 and 2. He'll work off turn number 2. A.J. St. Mary working out back a little bit higher off turn number 2. Now gets back in line as they head down the backstretch. That battle will head to turn number 3 and 4. Kevin Duffy still trying to close the gap in that number 3D. As he reels them in off turn number 4, they'll come charging down the front stretch. Battle begins to shoot up to the number 2 spot halfway in, cross flag. Halfway home that time at the line. And the battle for the second spot beginning to shape up. A.J. St. Mary has it. They'll go to the top side of turn number 2. Kevin Duffy looks to the inside. Duffy trying to close the gap now in the 3D machine. They'll work into turn number 3 and 4. Duffy goes to the bottom of the racetrack. St. Mary to the outside. A.J. St. Mary's going to hold on to the spot in the 111J machine. Kevin Duffy still trying to close that gap as both those guys work on reeling in Mike Greenfield, your leader, off turn number 2 and down the backstretch. Justin Burns able to come from that 7th starting spot. He's up into the top 4 right now in the 11J machine. Off turn number 4, white flag will wave from Mike LeClaire. Mike Greenfield continues to A.J. St. Mary chases him. Kevin Duffy right behind. Duffy trying to close that gap again as they go to turn number 2. Final time. Then it's Justin Burns holding on to number 4 position. Down the backstretch, turn number 3. Final time into the north end of the speedway. The battle for the number 2 spot. There goes Duffy to the outside. Checker flag is waving. Mike Greenfield's going to bring him out turn number 4 to score the win. A.J. St. Mary's going to hold on for the number 2 spot. He'll be followed by Kevin Duffy in the 3D. Justin Burns, the 11J, will follow them home, followed by Jared Gilson in the 22J. We lost Tyler Collette halfway through that race. He took his car back towards the pit area.
It's Evans Mills that runs 3 different ones. It's Evans Mills that runs 3 different ones.
Is in the book. Now coming out onto the speedway will be heat number 2. At this point, they're going to go. Number 22 of Tony Frenzo will start inside row number 1. Outside him will be Kevin Greenfield in the 11 machine. Tim Greenfield, number 73, will sit inside row number 2. Outside him, that'll be Dustin Murphy into the number 99. Jerry Rogers, number 61, out on the speedway. Steve Smith in the number 16. And Colby Goodale also along in the number 9. Looks like we're missing one car from our field. I believe that is Dustin Murphy's number 99, not answering the call for this heat race. Again, 6 laps will be the distance here for the Marcia Gibbons TLC Real Estate Thunder stock division. Off turn number 3 and 4, green flag is in the air once again. Off turn number 2, they will dance for the very first time down the backstretch. Tony Frezzo jumps out to the early advantage. He'll take the field down in the turn. Number 3 and 4 pilots are right through the middle of the speedway. Off 4 and down the front. Looking to the outside for just a second. That is Kevin Greenfield. Now Greenfield comes to the bottom of turn number 2. Looks to the inside as the work off turn number 2. Steve Smith, a beautiful start from 6th starting position all the way up to the 3rd spot down the backstretch. He'll jump up into the top 3 early going here for the Marcia Gibbons TLC Real Estate Thunderstock Division tonight. They work out there up to the state. Chris McCarty trying to break away from the field. That is Tim Greenfield leading that next bunch down into turn number 1 and 2. Colby Goodale looks ready to hit back bumper, followed by Jerry Rogers off turn number 2. Down the backstretch right now, 3 cars nose to tail, head to the north end of the speedway. That is the 22, Tony Frezzo. He's going to go up the hill, turn number 4, trying to find some cushion on the outside. That's number 11 of Kevin Greenfield. Goes to the bottom of Greenfield, going to get right back in line. Now the number 16 is Steve Smith, steps down to the bottom of the racetrack. He'll work that bottom group, try to get a nose underneath, couldn't quite get there. Now he'll look to put a nose to the inside of Greenfield, down to turn number 3 and 4. Greenfield comes down, though, slams the door shut. Smith nowhere to go, as those 2 cars continue to chase Tony Frezzo off turn number 4. Parallel sticks her up. We are halfway on, so 2 more laps to go. Parallel sticks up, just 2 more laps to go. Working off turn number 2, down the back to Tony Frezzo out of Evans Mills. 1 car around, that is Jerry Rogers. In turn number 3 and 4, Rogers gets off the racing surface. Jerry Rogers from just up the road in Plessis, New York, able to get it back out onto the speedway. So we remain under green. Again, Tony Frezzo out of Evans Mills shows the way down to turn number 1 and 2. Steve Smith chasing him. Smith out of Stone Mills just down the road, holding on to that 2nd spot as they head to turn number 3 and 4. They'll be followed back to the line by Kevin Greenfield. Kevin out of Watertown, the final measure construction ride on the turn. Checkered flag is out, and Steve Smith is going to get the win right here at the line. Took the lead just coming off turn number 4. So Steve Smith's going to score the win. Tony Frezzo will finish in the number 2 spot. He'll be followed back to the line by the number 11 of Kevin Greenfield. Then the 73 of Tim Greenfield will round out the top 4 cars, followed by Colby Goodale and the 61 of Jerry Rogers. Well, now rolling out onto the speedway, heat number 1 of 3, the Whitesburg Auto Shop Dirt Car 358 small block modified. It's a great good battle here for 8 laps. Heat number 1, the number 93, the RGW Enterprises right out of Belleville, New York. That is Ryan Bartlett. Outside him out of Edwards, New York, the Conklin Insurance number 29J. That is Jeff Sykes. The 21 of the Andy Howard out of Chippewa Bay sits inside row number 3. Outside him will be Andrew Ferguson. Ferguson out of Nashville in the number 74 ride. There's a 34 ride, excuse me, 74. Luke Fuller out of Edwards, New York. Outside him and Brett Cross, number 47. Now the backstretch lead will go for the very first time. And Ryan Bartlett, the Belleville Bullet, will take him into the north end. He'll lead him off turn number 4 down the front stretch. Here comes Lance Willis out of turn number 2. Lance Willis out of Theresa, New York, the TRC number 31. Just drove up, picked the spot, and took the 3rd position. He came off turn number 1. He goes to the roll into the turn number 29 of Jeff Sykes, and he'll take that spot off turn number 2 down the backstretch. And Willis not done yet, heads towards the front of the field. Willis, he works off turn number 4, trying to reel in Shaw trying to hold on to spot number 4. He's got company on the outside straightaway. He's with the high side as they go back to the off turn number 2. Fuller is going to take the spot back as they go into turn number 1 and 2 this time. Back down front, Ryan Burns showing the way back in second, third, and Ferguson followed by Andy Howard. And it's a 34 down to turn 1 and 2, followed by Brent Cross. Lineup's going to stay the same. They work out turn number 4. First and 10. Number 2 down the back is Ryan Bartley got a beautiful run. Interbound catering RJW right. He'll be the first one to see the white flag as he works off turn number 4 at the straightaway gate. Number 30. On that third spot. Jeff Sykes trying to hold on to by Sean Shaw as they work into turn number 3 and 4. Checkered flag coming up this time. Ryan Buckland, brand new power plant under the hood of the number 93. Lance Willis here at the light. Lance Willis with mechanical problems towards the end of that. Sean Shaw Jeff Sykes will round out the top 5 cars.
Who won that, John?
Bartlett. Mr. Bartlett.
Well, he's number 2. A fourth and waits for a bunch on third car. UP58.
Huh?
Ryan's getting ready to roll off the top of turn number 4. This is the way they will go for their
They're
heat
full
race
here
here
tonight.
for this the Tyler Meeks number 9, the route to rail.
Rep, you want 50-50?
Curtis York will start inside row number 1. Outside him, the Marquette Motorsports
Yeah.
number 20 of Nick Webb will be on the outside. Howard Colombier, number 1 machine, is inside row number 2. Outside him will be Cameron Black into number 23. The 21 machine of Larry Welling Jr. sits inside row number 4. Outside him in the number 1 machine, that is Jackson Gill in the Welling Motorsports ride. Billy Dunn, the number 49 out of Watertown, will sit inside row number 3 and back with us for the first time in 2021. The 18W out of Brownville, New York, that is Scott Webb.
Yeah.
Track safety lights off, ready to turn. The ponies loose one more time. Here comes heat number 2. Tyler Meeks down to the inside of the racetrack, looking for the early lead, and he will hand it down the backstretch. But here comes Nick Webb. Webb trying to stuff a nose underneath. Then he made contact, turn number 3. Both of them come away without a problem. And Nick Webb has a problem on the front of the Marquette Motorsports number 27. He is shredded a left front tire, and with that contact, he is headed off the top of the speedway. Caution flag is going to come off.
Huh?
You see that tire shredded on the Nick Webb number 27W, the Mark Webb Motorsports ride. And Nick is going to have to lift that back towards the pit area. Tyler Meeks taking the early lead. The Roof to Rails home inspection number 9 out of Carthage, New York, jumping out in front of the field. Jackson Gill, Welling Motorsports, Thompson Motorsports, number 1 machine out of Plessis, jumping up into that number 2 spot. And just as he did last week, the 49, the Frosty Ice Cream ride out of Watertown, New York, that is Billy Dunn. He started back of the field, 7th starting position, and he has climbed his way all the way to 3rd here in the early going of this qualifying Hayes truck. Looks like yellow flag will remain out on the speedway. Of course, a few years back, Billy Dunn got the biggest win of his racing career as he scored the modified feature win at Syracuse to win the Syracuse 200 down there. Billy Dunn, a number of track championships here at Can-Am, whether it was in the go-kart or IMCA modified before moving up to the modified division and winning a bunch of championships here. Good looking at number 49 ride this year for him. Number one ride to the Speedway. Nick Webb will get the Mark Webb Motorsports number 27W back out onto the Speedway. Very quickly, he'll race away to get to the back of the field. They'll bring him down to turn number 3 and 4. 2 laps are in the book. Green flag will wave up. Dunn looks to the inside down the backside. Drag racing to turn number 3 and 4. Billy Dunn, bottom side of the racetrack. Looks like he'll have the number 2 spot as they work out turn number 4. Scott Webb jumps up to spot number 4 with Cameron Black chasing him, followed by
There he goes.
Robert Delorme off turn number 2 down the backstretch as they will head to Larry Welch, the 21 and the 27 of Nick Webb. Off turn number 4 across the back to Billy Dunn is your leader off turn number 2, and Dunn says bye-bye to the field as he'll head down the backstretch and stretches out that advantage over the field. Tyler Meeks settling back into number 2.
Really knows his track.
The number 1 of Jack Gill down the backstretch into number 3 spot, followed by the Scott Webb and number 18 W Cameron Black rounding out the top 5 cars. Taking down the front stretch parallel to the modified through the evening. Continuing to try to stretch his advantage out in front of this field. Takes him down to turn number 3 and 4. Checkered flag, good wave. Billy Dunn out of Watertown. He can score the wheel. Billy falls back to the line. Neither number 23. Number 1 of Robert Delorme will follow them and round out the top 5 cars here for qualifying heat number 3.
What the hell are they talking about qualifying? They all race. They all let them all go in the feature, so they don't qualify.
It's the ones that go up front. Everybody else goes into the
Right.
rear.
Yeah. Yeah. Instead of saying, okay, we're going to take the top 5 cars. You know? Oh, well.
I think they weigh them to make sure that their weight is correct.
Qualifying heat number 3 out on the speedway. Ricky Page, the 4B, will be inside row number 1. And it looks like Ricky's decided to go to the rear of the field on this. Dan Bashari's number 36B will be on the outside. That's going to slide the inside row up. So Joel Hall's number 29J will start inside row number 1. Outside him, Dan Bashar in the 36B. Row number 2 will be Preston Forbes, the 45R. RJ Tresser's 21R to the outside of him. Row number 3, Jordan McCready, number 28 to the bottom. Dylan Zacharias will be outside him in the 27C. And shotgun on the field. Last week's feature winner, the number 19 out of Edwards, New York. It is Tim Fuller. Rick Page down to turn number 1 is going to slip around him and that, and he's going to back off the top side of the speedway.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Top of the outside of the race.
Turn one.
There you go. You've got her going again. Creedy is what, 28?
Yes.
Creedy is 28, I think.
For qualifying heat number 3. For the Whitesboro Fall Shot Dirt Cars 358 modified is Joel Hall again, assuming the point position here for this modified heat. Joel Hall out of Evans Mills, also in a route to rails. Full inspection. The ride will start inside.
I'd like a soda. Have you got Diet Mountain Dew?
Back to the green.
If you haven't, I'll have a Diet Pepsi.
You gotta get Diet Pepsi.
You have or haven't?
Yeah.
What do you got?
one Diet Pepsi.
Diet.
Drifts up just
Diet
a little
Pepsi.
bit. Preston Forbes in R&R Motorsports.
Okay, it's
Right out
$2.
of Potsdam, New York. He's going to take advantage. Just look right to the inside of the speedway. Forbes is going to be your leader off turn number 4. He'll bring it back.
That's all I have.
Sorry, I'll bring you back.
McCready, the fly right. Black high-rise construction at number 28 down the backstretch. Jumps up into the number 2 spot. They'll put pressure now at the inside of Preston Forbes in the 45 hours. They go side by side off turn number 4.
Creedy running second.
Number 19, last week's feature winner, the St. Louis Radiology GNR Auto Parts ride out of Edwards, New York, drives up the spot. Number 3 as they go down to turn number 3 and 4. They'll work right through the middle of the speedway. Joel Hall gets shuffled back. Zacharias trying to take the spot away. Zacharias.
That's 4 and 3rd.
And that's going to allow the 29 of Joel Hall right back to the bottom side of the racetrack. We got a battle shaping up front of the field. Here comes Jordan McCready, the number 28 machine, bottom of the racetrack. Held up for the inside. Jordan McCready drives it to the inside. McCready goes side by side. They'll go to turn number 4. Forbes all the way up the hill. McCready's going to take the spot. Oh, here comes Tim Fuller. Fuller comes to the bottom of the racetrack. Forbes may have the spot this time. Fuller, and he will not.
Yeah.
So McCready to the head of the glass, and it's Tim Fuller holding on to the second position. Preston Forbes dropping back to the number 3 spot. They'll be followed by Dylan Zacharias. Chases them into turn number 1 and 2. White flag will be displayed this time as they work off turn number 1. McCready gets a great run off turn number 2 to extend his lead advantage down into turn number 3 and 4. Checkered flag will be coming out. It will be Jordan McCready scoring the win. He'll be followed back by the 27C of
That must be good. Tim.
29K of Joel Hall. The 36B of RJ Tressiter and rounding up the field will be number 4.
I think that's Tim McCready's boy.
I think it's Bob's boy.
You think so, Bob? Holy Jesus.
I don't know.
How old's Bob? He's got to be my age.
Well, next out onto the racing circuit. this will be the Bob Johnson Auto Group Dirt Car Sportsman